Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Before we get started today, I just wanted to give a big shout out to all of the members that joined our Symphony POS support private Facebook group. It's been awesome interacting with such a great community. If you want to join our amazing family, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. It's open and free to join for everyone. Today, we had two requests from Dan and Sanjit regarding discounts. Dan wants to program an automatic discount where adding 4 items to the check will total $20. And Sanjit wants to create a coupon where pairing a salad with a glass of wine will total $10. So those are two nice variations for discounts, so let's get to programming. First things first, let's open our discounts module, which can be found under the configuration tab. And I have all my discounts programmed here at the enterprise level. If you have yours programmed at the property level, make sure you select that. And I'm gonna click on discounts. And these are all the discounts I have programmed in the system. At the top, I have general discounts. Then I have some promotions and finally a happy hour. So the area where I'm going to program my new promotions is going to be here under promos, just to keep my database organized. This has no bearing as to how the discounts will behave. I just like to keep them organized so I know which is which in case this page ever fills up with promos. So I'm going to double click here on this rectangle at the end to see one of the discounts in more detail. And now that we can see all of the details, let's go over a few settings that we're going to work with today. So in the general tab, we have the number and the name, and you will name this appropriately. And now we have the activation type. Manual activation type is the classic discount we know and love. Basically, we press a button and something happens regardless of what we have on the check. The automatic discount type has no button at all. The system will look for the set parameters that we give it, and then it's going to apply the discount on its own. Then we have the third one, which is coupon, which is a combination of these two. So we do give it a set number of parameters that need to be filled before the discount applies, but it will not apply on its own. It's still gonna wait for an input from the cashier. And we're gonna be working with automatic and coupon today. For all of our discounts, we have to check the box to enable them. And then we also have the percentage and max amounts that the discount can apply to. Then we have the tax class. I always add all taxes here. The privilege group. If you set this to 0, then anybody can use it. And if you set it higher up, like 1, 2, or 3, then a manager can use it, a general manager, or like a system operator. So make sure for the coupons that the employees can use, set the privilege to 0. Regarding condiment discountability, if you have condiments that apply for this discount, you'll have to decide if the discount applies to the parent only. So for example, if you have a salad that has an upcharge for chicken, you can only apply the discount to the parent, you can only apply it to the condiments, or a combination of both. And then for the reporting group, I have two main ones. I have discounts for general discounts, such as this open dollar discount and manager meals. And then I also have a reporting group for promos, which will be for all of my promotions. This is just to help me kind of spot them in reporting when I run the reports. You can see how many discounts we had versus how many promos appeared. And then we have all the option bits. These are very general. We have an open discount versus a preset. All of ours will be preset. And then we can check the amount or a percentage, and then also a reference entry required. If we take a look at one of our promos here, all we have is this is an item discount and then discount combo meals if there are any. So because this is going to be an automatic discount, some of these options may change. For the effectivity tab, we can set an effectivity start date and end date, especially if you have a promotion running for next month or something like that. And then you can also check what days of the week it runs on. So if this is a promotion only available on Friday, check the box only for Friday. If it's a promotion available all the time, then you can check all the boxes. So if we take a look at this one is active on every day, and you can also set a start and an end time. So if you want this to happen only in, let's say, between 5 and 7, then you can just set your start time and end time here. If you want it to be available all day, just leave the boxes unchecked. And we can also take a look at the RVC type here. So if you want your discounts only to apply in the restaurant, you only check the box for the restaurant. If you want them only in the bar, then you only check the box for the bar. If you want them to apply everywhere like I do, just set them all. As far as itemizers, the automatic discounts do not use itemizers. If we take a look at this one, or better yet, let's take a look at this one that says 10% off food. That exemplifies it better. So we can itemize or tell the computer where the discount applies in two ways. In a general way, using these discount itemizers, which is very coarse, we can only tell it that it's food or liquor. We cannot tell it which food and which liquor. And then if we do have an automatic discount, if we go here to the auto tab, then we have menu item trigger groups where we can go very granular and select which menu items we want it to apply to. And we're gonna take a look at that a little bit later. Next, let's take a look at the screen lookup. So there's two ways we can post this on the screen. If this discount will be a coupon or a manual discount, we can either populate it on the discount screen lookup, or we can just hard code a button for it. If it's an automatic discount, then we don't have to add it at all because the computer will post it on its own. As far as the output, we do want it to print on the customer receipt and in the journal and also in the guest check. We don't want it to print in the kitchen. And then this is the auto area where we're gonna do most of our programming. And then for exclusivity, I have nothing checked and nothing checked here. One more thing on the exclusivity, we can take a look. For example, option bit number 24 called discount is final. If you want your operators to only offer one discount, so if you have this promotion, but if this means that they cannot use any additional ones, then you have to check discount is final. So by selecting that, you prevent the operators for adding discounts after this discount is posted. So this one applies only to automatic discount. And for manual discounts, you can use option bit 23, where you can select this to prevent other discounts from being added to the check. So if you want only one discount to be posted, they cannot combine them, then make sure you choose either one of these. There's also simple item exclusivity, which is option bit number 9, which means that this particular menu item can be part of only one discount type. So if there are two types of discounts that can apply, then if you select one of these, then it can only be used once, basically. So now that we went over most of the programming here, let's start by programming the discount that Dan requested, which is he wants to add 4 items to the check, and then those 4 items will total $20, regardless of how much they cost individually. So I'm gonna take an example, let's say for 4 appetizers. If you order 4 appetizers, you will get them all for $20. So let's see how we would program that. I'm gonna go here in my promos area. I'm gonna add a new discount, and then at the number, I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna add it to position number 107, which is gonna be below here my 20% off the second entree. So it's gonna stay in the promo section. If I leave it at next available position, it's gonna go here in between my % discount and manager meal. So this being a promo, I like to keep it with the rest of the promos. I'm not gonna use a template for this one. We're just gonna use it straight from the beginning. We can use one if you want. A good one to use would probably be this one, $5 Friday app. So let's go ahead and do that, make our life a little bit easier. Select that one to use as a template, just to have kind of the general checkboxes here, but I'll go through all of them so you see how I program them, no problem. And then I'm gonna call this one 420. Now be careful with how you name this, because this will post on the guest check. So make sure you give it an accurate name and they know what it is. So 420, it's gonna be the name of the promotion, and that's how I'm gonna name my discount as well. Now that my discount was added, so I have the number here, the name is 4420. For the activation type, since Dan wants this to apply on its own, I'm gonna leave it to automatic. And then here, I'm gonna make sure that enable is checked. I'm gonna add all of my tax classes here. So the tax class for me is all tax classes. The privilege group is set to 0, because even if an employee is logged in, I don't want this to work only for managers. I'll leave it to 0 so employees can use it as well. And this will apply to parent and condiment items as well. So if there is one of the items that has an add-on, it's still gonna go to the 4420. Reporting group is promos, which is perfect. This is an item discount, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna choose number 24. This discount is final because I don't want them to have multiple ones. If you don't want that, you can just leave it off. For example, if they buy 8 items, then they can use the discount twice. So why not? Let's let them use it twice. For effectivity, We can make it start on whatever date we want. We can set today's date, which is May 12th. And then for the days, I will leave it to apply on all days. So I'll check all the boxes. This is available anytime. We don't have any time constraint on it. For the RVC type, they're all selected, which is perfect. For itemizers, we're not going to use this because we're going to use the auto discounts. Many levels, they're all selected. And that's mostly the reason why I chose to use a template. So I have most checkboxes here. And then for screen lookup, I don't need to add it on a screen lookup because this will be automatic. So the computer will do it on its own. They don't need to show it anywhere. As far as the output, it will print on the guest check so they know why they got their discount. And we're going to go to the auto area. So in the auto area, we have several types of automatic discounts. We have item price substitution, which is the one that we're going to use. Basically, we tell it if this item is on the check or several items are on the check, then substitute it to this amount. We have a quantity threshold, a total price threshold, a combination pricing, and sales price. So we're going to go through the other ones with the other discount, but for now, we're going to take a look at what we have here. Now, one item that I want to show you is this priority. So you can set different discount priorities. If multiple discounts would apply to the same check, then you can tell them in which priority to go. So if you have this discount is final, so only one can apply, which one will the system pick? And you can set here the priority. You say, okay, I want you to apply this one first, and then the second one second, and so on and so forth. This is if you have a lot of discounts. And then for the trigger, we're gonna create a specific trigger for ourselves. We can create a trigger menu item group or a trigger condiment group, and we also have a minimum quantity. So our minimum quantity, as Dan requested, will be 4. So we want 4 of these items. And then as far as the trigger, I'm gonna save this really quick because for the trigger menu items, I'm gonna click the little arrow here. And then this is the drill down functionality into the menu item groups. So menu item groups are a way to select multiple items together in a group. So if we would offer this for all the appetizers, like I have mine created here, all apps, what you can do, the type is you can select all of the items. You can select specific major groups, specific family groups, or even specific menu items. And you can add as many as these as you need. You can click add and add another row. Another thing that you can do that can help with programming is, for example, I have all of the family group called appetizers. So that's gonna include all the appetizers in here. But if I have one appetizer that's very expensive, let's say that you have a caviar or something that you don't want this discount to apply to, you could either add every other menu item. Let's say that you have 20 appetizers here. You could add all the other 19 ones by selecting line by line and going through the menu items. So you select menu item and then you select item from the list, you find it. And I'm gonna say, okay, where are my appetizers? Just here. Okay, you can apply to the tomato bruschetta and then add another one. Menu item, then we're gonna go back to the list, find the next one in the list, which was around 3002. So we put tomato bruschetta, we also have mushroom bruschetta. So you can add them like this one by one, but it's gonna be kind of time consuming. So the other option is to add all of them and exclude the one that you don't want. So I will say all of my appetizers except, and then I'm gonna find the appetizers again, except the Scallops app. So I don't want the Scallops app to be included in this one. So you can do this in the same manner by using major groups. So you can say all of the food items except this one. And you can say all of the food items except entrees, for example. Or you could say all of the food items except dessert. So this can go as detailed or as general as you need it to, either menu item by menu item, family group by family group, major group by major group, or everything if needed. So I have a couple selected here. If you don't have any, you can just click add and then just add it in here and then configure it the way you need it. And you can add as many as these as you need. So I'm gonna close up my major groups now. And if you made any changes to the major groups, as always, if this module was open, make sure to hit a quick refresh so you see them, and then you hit select, and then you can see exactly the list that we had earlier. So I'm gonna select all of my apps except the scallop. and then we're gonna move further down. So this is what triggers the automatic discount. Further down is what we can award. So what we can say is we wanna do either an amount off. So you could say you get 4 appetizers, you get $10 off. You could say that you get a % off. So you get 4 appetizers, then you get 10% off. Or in our case, we're gonna do amount substitution since that was the request. And the substitution will be for $5. Now the request, remember, was for $20 for the whole check. And the reason why I'm doing $5 is because this substitution is per item. So if you right click on it, it says select to enter the price to change for each item in the trigger group. 4 times 5, that's gonna be 20. That's gonna be the $20 that we wanted to. And you also have a max count here. If, for example, you only want this to apply 3 times, then you can just enter 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and save my 4 for 20. And let's go to the workstation and see if this works. So here we are at the workstation. And as always, I'm gonna do a quick update and then go ahead and begin a fast transaction. And we are in the appetizers area. So I'm gonna select 4 of my appetizers: empanadas for seat position 1, grilled calamari for seat position 2, hummus, and then mozzarella sticks for seat position 4. So as I added the 4th one, you can see we got a discount on each one based on their value. So the total here was $43. Then we got a $23 discount to take it down to $20, plus the tax is the $120. And this is what I was talking about. If you do add the tax classes here, you have to add them, because if I didn't select all taxes there, then the total would have been $20 and you would ended up including the tax price into this price. So depending on how your restaurant is set up, in the US, we don't include the taxes in the prices, and that's why the tax is extra. If you are from Europe or somewhere else around the world, then probably the taxes will be included into this. Now, if I void one of these items here, if I void the mozzarella, then they go back to normal. If I add my Scallops app, then you see nothing happened. Although I do have 4 appetizers, remember the Scallops app was the exception. So now that I added this, the discount did not apply. If I add another one, now the discount applies, but you see the Scallops app is untouched. The computer automatically detects what's going on here. Now, one thing that is really helpful that I find, if you go to functions and you launch PMC, if you don't have this function introduced, you can just add it in page design. There is in the support tab here, there is a discount engine. So you can take a look if your discount is not working properly. You can take a look at the discount engine to see how the transaction is going. So checking for applicable discounts, happy hour was rejected, 5 Friday was rejected, 50% off was rejected, BOGO was rejected. Then this one was rejected and it only applied applicable discounts. Then we have 4 for 20. And this is helpful, especially if you have multiple discounts and it's not applying the one that you want. You can take a look here at the priority. Then if you need to troubleshoot anything, the discount engine will help you out. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it. And this discount is working perfectly. So we're gonna leave it. And we're back in EMC and we're gonna program Sanjeet discount now. And remember, Sanjeet wanted to pair a salad with a glass of wine for a total of $10. And this one will also be a coupon. So he wants somebody to press a button, not the system to do it automatically. So we're gonna add a new discount here and I'm gonna let it go to that position. I can use a template. We can use the one that we just created as a template. That will work fine. And for the name, I'm gonna call it Salad and Wine Special. So Salad and Wine Special, and that's gonna be the name of it. And we're gonna go, as with the other one, we're gonna go to the general tab. That's the name, it's perfectly fine. Now for the activation type, we're gonna choose it as a coupon because this will not apply to everybody. You can choose to add this, for example, if they bring a coupon themselves, or you can have a promotion, something like our Facebook page or comment on our post and we'll give you this promotion. Or maybe you have to mention something in particular, whichever the case would be. So we do have this selected as a coupon. The discount is enabled. We have the same tax class here. The privilege group is set to 0, so everybody can use it. This will apply to the parent and all condiment items. It does report under promos, and I'm not gonna change anything here. Everything is deselected. I have Number 3, this is an item discount. And then if we scroll down, I have number 25, discount combo meals. So if there is a combo meal, you can check that box. And we're gonna go to effectivity. This is gonna start working from today, and it's gonna work on all days. For the RVC type, this will apply to restaurant and bar, so that's perfect. We're not gonna use the itemizers here. All the menu levels are selected, so it's gonna work. Now, you can choose to add this one to a screen lookup if you do have a screen lookup. I do believe I have a discount SLU1, or you can hard code it. So I'll show you how to do both, just in case. As far as the output, we do want it to print on the customer receipt. And now we're gonna go to the automatic section. So there are 2 ways to do item price substitution here. We could do it like we did the previous one, where we have just regular item price substitution and we could set it to 2 items. And then for here, for the trigger group, we would select all of our salads and all of our wines. The problem with this, if we do it this way, is that if somebody orders 2 salads or 2 glasses of wine, then the discount will apply automatically. It doesn't know that you need to select one and the other. Now, this is a coupon style discount where the employee actually has to push the button. So your employee is supposed to know. They're not supposed to offer it for 2 glasses of wine or for 2 salads. But just to be safe, because sometimes employees forget or they just use it and they don't know that it's supposed to be that way, we're gonna program it differently. So what I'm gonna use is combination pricing. Now with combination pricing, you can do the other discount that we did, you could do it in the same way if the 4 items were completely different. So instead of being 4 for 20 appetizers, if let's say you wanted them to order 2 appetizers and an entree and a dessert, then you could use this combination pricing as well if it fits better, where you do want to restrict them and say, hey, I want you to order in different categories, but it has to be a combination. So because we want them to pair a glass of wine with a salad, we're going to use combination pricing. So for the trigger, we're going to take a look at if we have salads. So I don't have salads here, so I'm going to have to create a trigger group for salads, but I do have all wine by the glass. So I'm going to select the second one here for all wine by the glass. And then I'm gonna save really quick and then click the little arrow to go back to my menu item groups. And I'm gonna create a new menu item group for all salads. So I'm gonna insert a new record. It could go to position number 105 and I'm gonna call it all salads and then click OK. I'm gonna add one. I'm gonna select family group, click here where to start, select item. I'm gonna select salads and then click OK. Now, if you don't have the family groups described like I do, another way to do this would be by menu item. And then I would click start at, select menu item, look for salads. So my salads here start in the 5,000. So I would say start at 5,001 and then end. So you click here where it says end number, then hit the C items and select again, go back to the 5,000s area, and I passed it here. So let's see where they finish. They finish here at quinoa salad. So I'm gonna select this one. So you could also do that by looking at the record numbers in the menu items, or you could do it here. So if you don't have the family groups like I had, you could say from menu item 5001 to menu item 5018. The only problem with this one is, if you add a new salad, so let's say that in the future you select this discount and you add a new salad, then you're gonna have a menu item at 5019 and that one will not be included. So another thing you could do here, just to keep yourself safe, see what the new category is all the way to the bottom. So for me, the salads go from 5001 until 6000. So just to be safe, you could say till 5999. So that will get all the salad category no matter what. And now that we have this, all we have to do is hit save. So it knows to start at 5001 and at 599. Close the groups here. And of course, because I made a change, I'll have to do a quick refresh. So I see it, selected. And now I have all salads, all wine by the glass. So these are gonna be my trigger groups. Basically, I'm telling the computer, if you see any of the salads and a wine by the glass, then award them something. So what I'm gonna award them is an amount substitution, and that amount substitution was $10. So if you see a combination of these two items, then substitute the price to $10. And again, you have a max count, a priority, max count per check if you need to limit any of these items, or if you want to create a priority where if you have a similar discount, you want this one to apply first, then the other one. And now we're gonna save, and let's jump at the workstation and take a look at what we did. And here we are at the workstation. As always, click a quick update, sign in. We're gonna begin a fast transaction, and we're gonna order one of our salads. So we go to soups and salads, select salads, an apple salad, why not? Add some chicken, why not? We're gonna go to the drinks, select wine, glass of white wine, and I'm gonna order this wine. Now you see the discount did not apply on its own because remember, this is a coupon style discount. So the guest has to offer you something or say something in order for the discount to apply. So if you recall, I put my discount here on the discount screen lookup. So I have salad and wine special now because I had this screen lookup created. If I hit it, you can see the total went from $26. They got a $16 discount with tax. That's $10.60. So the discount works perfectly, just as expected. If you need to remove it, all you have to do is select it and then simply void it. So once you void the discount out of there, then the check becomes as normal. And now the last step that I want to show you is how I added the discount here just in case you don't have a screen lookup, and we'll also hard code it on the screen so you have both situations. So we're back in EMC, and in order to make sure we have the discount on the screen, we're gonna go to page design and open it up, and then go to the transaction page. I'm gonna select the aspect ratio to 16:9 so it looks like my widescreen workstations. And I'm gonna go to my payment area, and then here in the discounts, you see this big block is actually a discount slew. And if you take a look at the value, is discount slew number 1. Now, if we go back to our discount really quick, you're gonna see that it was added to discount slew number 1. So here under the NLU SLU, this is appearing under screen lookup number 1. Now, a different way to add this would be just to simply hard code it to the screen. So I'm gonna make this screen lookup just a tiny little smaller, just to give me a little bit of room. I'm gonna add a new button here. So make this one a little bit bigger. And then for the button, I'm gonna add a discount. So from the list, I'm gonna select discount, click the little arrow here, find the discount that I've created. So this is salad and wine special. And then for the legend, you can either type it in, whatever you want, or you can just click generate legend. So it's just gonna take the name off of this one right here. I can go to the advanced panel. First, let me change the color really quick, just because it's that gray color. Pink, why not make it pink? And then if we go to the advanced panel, the font size is kind of small and kind of hard to read. So I'm gonna check the box for the font size, added a 25 font. Now it's a nice size that I can read it. So that's very good. All I have to do is click save. And the reason why I'm showing you both situations, if this is a discount that you use very often, you can consider adding it even here on the bottom line. So instead of somebody having to go to payment, discount, select it from the list, you could add it as a quick discount here if you use it many, many times a day. So depending if you don't use it that often, you can leave it here. You have both options. And let's go to the workstation and see how it looks on the screen. And we're back at the workstation, update, sign in, begin a fast transaction. And if we go to our payment area here for the discounts, we can see our button is here and it's also here. So it's up to you to decide how you would like to add it. If you want to add it as a regular button or leave it within a slew, you have both situations. And that's all I have for you today. If you enjoyed the content, please leave this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much to Dan and Sanjeet for suggesting these programming questions. Please leave your programming questions in the comments below and I will answer them in a future video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.